been down this road before. Another one of my books was optioned. My Sammy Davis Jr. book, Denzel Washington optioned that to make a movie. And, you know, I got my hopes up high because I said, goodness gracious, Denzel Washington, he's got 2 Oscars. He should be able to get it to the screen. And it never happened. It just didn't come to fruition. So my level of enthusiasm was a little guarded because of what happened before. But lo and behold, this took a different route, and the filmmakers behind it, Laura Ziskin, Pam Williams, Lee Daniels, were very, very passionate about getting it up to the screen. And so screenwriter Danny Strong was hired. So there was evidence, proof that expenditures were being put forth on behalf of this movie project. And so I started to get very hopeful that it would be made.
What role did they initially offer you? Was it associate producer right out of the box?
Yes. I got a role to be one of the associate producers and researcher. I was also a researcher on the project, so I worked about a year longer, a year more on Mr. Allen's family history, White House history, butler and maid stories at the White House, things of that nature, and so as associate producer and the researcher and the source material.
Did you go through a process talk a little bit about your process of accommodation with the amount of change between what essentially was journalism and then became what is really more of a Hollywood drama in some respects, based on a true life story?
Yeah. First of all, I'm quite happy with the movie. I think Lee Daniels, the director, has made a phenomenal movie. And there was a line in my movie there was a line in my original article that said Mr. Allen had lived through the civil rights movement, the marches, the assassinations, etc., all that went with the 1960s. And Lee Daniels told me, he said, I'm going to film that. I'm going to film the entire civil rights movement because it's never been shown on the big screen. And so, yes, he as most filmmakers do when it's something inspired by or based on a real life person, they have to take artistic liberties because they only have 2 hours to get all of this material in there. There was one butler who worked at the White House for 34 years, African American, who lived to see Obama, the nation's first African American president, elected, and who subsequently himself received a personal invitation to that inauguration. And I think anybody who goes to see the movie knows that the character of Cecil Gaines is actually inspired by the life of Eugene Allen. I think that's clear. The real butler's only son, Charles Allen, was on the movie set, and at the end of one long day of filming, he turned to me and he said, "It is uncanny how Forrest Whitaker and Oprah Winfrey have captured my parents." And so that really makes me feel good, that the son, the only son of the butler, thinks that the movie has captured the essence and the soul of his parents.